Yo guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about Daffodill's signature weapon, where to get it, how to use it, and why it's actually really good for her. And you'll probably want it for other characters later on. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Okay, so first things first, you don't really need to be that far in the story. I hadn't even really completed the second set of quests. So basically anytime after you do the initial film studio quest, you probably can just run out and get this. If you look over here on the right in New Herland District, right here is going to be the Wertheimer Tower. Now this is going to be where we want to go. If we zoom in on the map, obviously this Wertheimer Tower is something you can teleport to, but where we're trying to go is actually to go to this Black Tome right here. I've already discovered it, so it's on my map, but if you don't have it discovered, you'll be able to just go here. This is a construction zone, and in that construction zone is where we're going to find the Black Tome. So we'll go ahead and just teleport over here. If you just come out the gates in front of you right when you get here and look to the left, that's going to be the construction site that we're looking for. You can just run through the construction site here, and then right over here there's going to be an elevator. So on this elevator we need to go up to the 4th floor. Once we get to the 4th floor, you can look over here to the left and you'll see that the Black Tome is actually right here, and you'll be able to interact with it just like I can right now. So this is actually where you get the weapon, and then of course you'll have to do a boss encounter. Okay, so something we want to understand really quickly about Daffodill's kit is that she is a character that is more focused on breaking and doing break damage. And you can even see that if you look at her skills. So for example, it says specifically that when you use support skills, you'll actually get increased damage and break per support skill cast up to 2 stacks. If we look at the numbers, it's actually quite a significant bonus. So 50% damage bonus per stack and 125% break bonus per stacks. And keep in mind, that's 2 stacks. So a total of 100% additional damage from using your skill and 250% additional break when using your skill. And that's going to work out perfectly because we need to use 2 support skills on our team to enable the weapon to use the weapon's ability as well. So we're going to be stacking this twice before we actually use the weapon's ability. That's just the tip of the iceberg. So if you look at down here next to our support skills, you also see that she has 2 ascension skills. So the first one further reduces the target's break cap by 10% for 30 seconds when affected by Discord. Keep in mind that Discord is the 3-piece reaction that happens when an enemy is hit by Nova and Scorch simultaneously, which reduces a percentage of the target's break meter. So she's going to enhance that even further, allowing you to break bosses more effectively and then deal more damage to them once they're broken. We also need to talk about her ultimate, but the important thing is that it's going to inflict insight on nearby enemies, and insight is just going to allow you to do additional break damage. And again, this kind of leans even further into the whole idea of Daffodill being this break unit that focuses specifically on breaking the target and then doing big break damage. That's kind of what her kit kind of focuses on just in general, and that lines up perfectly with the weapon that we're looking at. The weapon itself gives you more break intensity, again just helping that whole break fantasy continue. And then once you actually activate the ability, it's going to give you additional chaos damage, which again, she's a chaos unit, so perfect. And then on top of that, she's going to deal additional damage based on her attack when that enemy takes break damage. So again, really leaning into that whole idea of breaking the enemy and doing more damage to them once they're broken. Okay, so we do have the weapon equipped now. I'm doing that to show you guys that it actually gives you access to a new action button. Hopefully you can see down here in the bottom right hand corner. If I press R right now, it doesn't actually do anything. That's because it has both of these chains on it. As I said before, what we need to do is we need to use 2 support skills, and that will unlock the ability for us to be able to use. Now in this case, we're going to use 2 support skills kind of via the MC. For this example, I'm using the MC because she's actually the fastest cycler in the game, and also she's a main staple on my team. She works specifically with anima characters or Lakshana characters, which doesn't really help unfortunately with Daffodill, but for the purpose of this example, it's going to make it really easy to switch in and out, get those Esper cycles switches rolling, and getting access to the special ability from the weapon. We're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to start with the MC and get those support skills going, and hopefully you'll be able to see kind of what I'm talking about here. So she already has her gauge filled, so we're going to switch into Mint. And then if I switch to Daffodill, you'll see that she already has one of those chains broken. I'm going to go back to the MC, and she'll be able to switch again just like that. And then if we go back to Daffodill, we'll be able to see our ability is now free. We can use it now. So I'm going to use it just to kind of show the effect and show what it looks like. See how it has that tether between the book and the boss? That's how you know we have it on that particular character. If you had more than one enemy available, it might not be on the one that you want to target. It does seem to be a range, so keep that in mind too. And yeah, that's kind of the value of this weapon. The nice part is because of the way that it works and how you can use it with any two switch skills, you don't really have to only use this for Daffodill. In the future, it could be very good for other characters as well, although they might not specialize in breaking as much. So you might not get as much value as other weapons, but you'll still be able to take advantage of this additional chaos damage and the wearer's attack damage. So that's pretty valuable too. In the future, you'll definitely want to have this weapon. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Comment down below if you guys have any questions or anything you want to talk about down there. I'm always happy to chat with you guys down there. Subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more stuff like this. I'm also going to be making guides that cover the other S rank weapons, how to get them, what they might be used for. And don't forget that 1.1 is actually right around the corner in I think about a month, and so we're going to be making guides covering all things NTE between now and then into the future as well. So again, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff like that, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.